Wildfyre, today I need your help. My friend Peanut did something wrong and he's afraid that he's going to get in trouble. I need your help. Will you help me find him? While we're finding him, check out this story.
Ahoy there, Finder Fish! Our jellyfish friend Peanut ran away from home because he did something wrong. Now he is stuck in the seaweed forest and doesn't know what to do. We need to find Peanut and help him get back home safely. Here I come. Just follow me for an adventure through the sea. I'm so glad you all decided to join me on today's adventure. As you follow along, I have a story to tell you from God's Word. Do you Finder Fish know what God's Word is?
The Bible!
That's right. To help you see this story from the Bible, you better put on your special story goggles.
Zoop, zoop!
Now you're ready. Peter was one of Jesus' closest friends. They were together all the time. So when Jesus was arrested and taken to another town, Peter followed close behind. When they arrived at the place where they were holding Jesus, a servant asked Peter, "Are you one of Jesus' disciples?" Peter said that he did not know Jesus. Peter was scared that people would be mean to him and hurt him, just like they had done to Jesus. Peter didn't just lie about knowing Jesus one time, he lied 3 times. Peter knew that what he had done was wrong, and it made him feel very sad. After Jesus died and came back to life, he had breakfast with Peter on the beach. Peter was scared that Jesus would be mad at him for the wrong things he had done. But Jesus forgave him, and Peter started telling everyone the truth about being friends with Jesus. Just like Peter, we all do wrong things. But when we get to know Jesus, we learn how special he is. Even when we do wrong things, he still loves us and wants to forgive us. That's just one of the things we can know about Jesus. We can get to know Jesus by coming to church, reading stories about him in the Bible, and praying to him. When we know Jesus, we will know what he wants us to do. So here's what you need to know today, Finder Fish. Everybody say this after me. Know Jesus.
Jesus!
And that's exactly what Peanut needs to hear when we get to the seaweed forest. Stay close, we're almost there.
Let's go a little deeper, and after this, we're gonna play a game.
God's story. Peter denies Jesus. So remember how part of God's story is about a guy named Peter who walked on water with Jesus? Well, it goes like this. Peter followed Jesus, but like all of us, he wasn't perfect. Sometimes he messed up. One time, he even pretended not to know Jesus at all. Here's what happened. Jesus and his 12 disciples were going to different towns, showing more and more people that Jesus is God's son. But some people did not believe Jesus is God's son. They thought that was impossible. And they got so mad that Jesus said he was God's son that they tried to have him arrested, even killed. Turns out, Jesus had to die to rescue us. See, he was perfect, yet chose to come to our broken world and live and die just like us. But then he came back to life, which means Jesus really was sent from God and really is stronger than death. So now, even though we all mess up, we can follow Jesus and one day live with him forever. But at the time, Peter and the other disciples couldn't have known all that. They believed Jesus was God's son, but they didn't know how he would rescue us. One night, Jesus did get arrested. Peter and the disciples were sad and scared. And they could get into trouble too, just for following him. So when a servant girl recognized Peter and said, "This man was with Jesus," Peter said, "I don't know him." Then someone else called Peter a follower of Jesus and he said, "I am not." A third person said Peter knew Jesus, and Peter said, "I don't know what you're talking about." Right then, a rooster crowed, and Peter realized what he had done. In fact, Jesus had told Peter that he was going to deny him 3 times before the rooster crowed. But guess what? That means Jesus knew Peter would mess up before he even did anything, and Jesus loved him anyway. The best part is, he feels the same way about us. Peter would keep on following Jesus and show many more people how to follow Jesus, and we can too. And that's part of the story of Peter. So, in case you missed it, here's the quick version. Peter messed up. People arrested Jesus. Peter pretended he didn't know Jesus. He did it again. He did it a 3rd time. The rooster crowed. Jesus still loved Peter. We mess up too. Jesus still loves us. Peter followed Jesus. We can follow Jesus too. And that's a part of God's story.
If you can answer these 2 questions, you can help Peanut. First question is, great job! Here's question number 2. You guys are so amazing! Thank you for joining us for Wildfyre. You can follow us at Wildfyre _ on FSC on Instagram and TikTok. Now, check this out for Black History Month.
Hi, my name is Elena Bowles, and I am here to talk to you about a Black history maker named Elijah McCoy. Elijah was born in 1844 in Canada. His parents landed there after they had escaped slavery in Kentucky by way of the Underground Railroad. When Elijah was a little boy, his parents noticed that he had a lot of great ideas. With great financial sacrifice, they sent him to Scotland, where he could study mechanical engineering. As a black man, he couldn't do that in the United States. Elijah went on to invent many things, including the portable ironing board and oil drip cup used to lubricate steam engines and trains. He was noted for developing 57 U.S. patents for devices that made others millionaires and for which he was paid a fraction of their worth. His oil cup invention was so amazing that people started using the phrase "the real McCoy." That same phrase today is used to refer to something authentic and of high quality. Sadly, he died on October 10, 1929, after injuries from a car accident that killed his wife. Thank you, Elijah McCoy, for pushing beyond the limits placed on you by others.